to play. So Muscle Shoals out in front by 14 with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. We are keeping an eye on that one over in Muscle Shoals. We have got final scores rolling in left and right. Let's get you to what we have right now. This is what we have going on right now. We're going to break these all down as the night goes along. We're going to break them down by the classes. But right now, we're just going to roll through the scores that we have for you right now. In Class 7A Region 4, James Clemens goes on the road tonight. They knock off Florence 28-17, your final there. James Clemens, 9th all-time meeting between those two. How about this? They came in tonight having scored the same identical 232 points in the series. James Clemens Canberry, he would tie the game at 7 in the first quarter. Florence would take the lead with 7:12 left to go in the first half thanks to a 50-yard field goal. They'd go up 10-7. James Clemens' Canberry would find the end zone with 21 seconds left to go in the half. The Jets would lead 21-10 at the break. They go on to hold on 28-17. Now, in a game our friends on 97.7 ESPN The Zone heard Buckhorn and Fort Payne, it would be Fort Payne on the road tonight getting the win over Buckhorn 42-7. So that means the Fort Payne Wildcats will leave Newmarket still unbeaten in Class 6A Region A. They will move to 3-0. Gadsden City taking on Lee tonight. Gadsden City making that trip up here to the Rocket City. Gadsden City leads with a 55-0 win over the Lee Generals. So when you look at the standings now, the Lee Generals still trying to find their first win in Class 6A Region 8. Gadsden City and Fort Payne both move to 3-0 in the region. Buckhorn falls to 2-2. We are awaiting the May Jemison Southside score. That is a big score because if Southside prevails, they would move to 2-1 in region play. May Jemison would fall to 2-2 in region play. We'll be getting that score. That one should be going final here in just a few minutes. We'll make sure we get that one for you here. We've also got some Class 6A Region 7 scores. It's Hartzell over Coleman tonight, 10-7. Decatur and Columbia. Decatur, this one was played last night. Decatur knocks off Columbia 42-16. It's Shades Valley 34, Huffman 18. In Class 5A, Boaz on the road at Sardis tonight. They get the win 35-14. It's Arab over Douglas 42-7. That's 5A Region 8. Again, we're going to go over all of these regions. We're going to go over all of these scores, the standings, and everything else. Right now, we are just giving you scores that are coming through the sports desk here, and they're coming in fast, and they're coming in furious. Class 5A Region 7, Lawrence County over East Limestone, 42-0. Class 5A Region 6, it was Jacksonville on the road all over Springville tonight, 44-14. Class 4A Region 8, Plainview over Madison County, 46-6. Last night, New Hope rolls over St. John Paul Catholic, 62-38. In Class 4A Region 7, West Morgan all over East Lawrence, 69-6. It was Hatton getting by West Limestone, 28-21. That was a monster game. We're going to put those standings out for you here in a little bit. Boy, that one lived up to the billing. Deschler and Central Florence. Deschler goes on to get the win, 21-14. Class 4A Region 6, it was Etowah at home tonight over Aniana, 42-6. Cherokee County over Anniston, 14-0. Alexandria nips Hoax Bluff, 28-27. It was Dora over Haleyville, 42-28. Good Hope over Curry, 39-3. In Class 3A Region 8, Whitesburg Christian Academy and head coach Jerry Adcock, they go on to get a 1-point road win over Holly Pond. We're going to delve into that one here in a little bit as well because I have a feeling Whitesburg Christian Academy just checked off a few boxes with that road win tonight. It's Fife at home over Sylvania, 49-17. Of course, Fife checking in in the Class 3A rankings at number 5 this week. So they get a win at home, 49-17. Mars Hill Bible, Class 3A Region 7. Mars Hill Bible, by the way, checking in at number 2 in the Class 3A rankings. They blank Rogers tonight, 42-0. Let's see here. What other scores we've got in the books tonight? Winfield over Carbon Hill, 41-6. It was Winston County in Class 2A. Of course, Winston County checking in at number 8 in the Class 2A rankings. They were at home tonight taking on Lexington, and it would be Lexington falling 32-6. Tanner over Tharptown, 39-6. Non-region battle, Decatur Heritage goes on the road. They had 3 better than Falkville, 16-13. Class 2A Region 6, Southeastern over Susan Moore, 28-6. Coosa Christian blanking Cleveland, 43-0. It was Spring Garden over Appalachian, 46-21. Class 1A play, Addison over Waterloo on the road, 51-6. It was Hackleburg blanking Vina, 46-0. Shoals Christian falling to Meek, 50-0. Class 4A Region 3, Talladega did get that 14-point win over Munford last night, 28-14. We do have got Tennessee scores for you as well. It was Swakatchie County over Fayetteville, 57-20. Lincoln County over Franklin County, 49-6. And Grundy County over Community, 58-8. So that's just what we have. We've got more scores coming in. While I was reading those, we had more finals come in, and we're going to try getting those to you. We're going to try updating everything that we have so we can slide all of these in to our region battles. One score that came in while we were doing what we are doing, it was Lauderdale County and Clements. Lauderdale County are going to take the 51-6 win tonight over Clements. Clements did pick up their first win of the season last week. Brick Pugh getting his first win as head coach last week, trying to back that up with a win tonight, and they just come up short. Let's see if we've got any more other scores. Section and Gaston. Gaston does notch a 42-28 win tonight over Section. So we're putting Gaston down as the win there. That's a Class 2A Region 7 battle, 42-28, Gaston over Section. All right, here's what we're going to do. It is 9:43. I told you, the scores are coming in. The scores are coming in fast. We've got another one that we're just handed in. Vinemont over Hansville, 56-30. That is a Class 3A Region 5 score. Let's hit the pause button real fast. When we come back, boy, oh boy, we're going to keep it going. We're going to start breaking down your class scores and your region scores and the region standings, and we're going to start getting coaches on the line. Folks, we have only just begun here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
It's official. 47 years in a row, Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Come drive one, and you'll see why. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to kickstart the new year in a brand-new F-150. Choose from nearly 200 F-150s, and we think you'll find just the right one. Right now, we have financing as low as 2.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150s, and lease payments as low as $389 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $6,282 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have nearly 50 2023 Explorers for you to choose from, too, with financing as low as 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus, check out our over 40 24 Bronco Sports and a fresh truckload of the full-size Broncos that have just hit the ground. Come on over and let's get the new year rolling. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a 5th-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10 plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
This is Bob Gotze, head coach of the Madison Academy Mustangs, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Scott Tyson, Scott Tyson, welcome back into the show. We've got scores coming in. We've got updates coming in. Hartzell, again, they were a winner tonight over Coleman, 10-7. Michael Summers, the hero in that one. A field goal for Hartzell to win it. Hartzell gets a win, 10-7. I mentioned it earlier. Whitesburg Christian Academy. Whitesburg notching a 25-24 road win tonight over Holly Pond. And I told you before the break that I had a feeling that would be a big win and crossing off a box for the Whitesburg Christian Academy Warriors. And indeed it did. Their first road win since a season finale road win back in 2022. So congratulations to head coach Jerry Adcock and the Whitesburg Christian Academy Warriors. They notch a road win. Again, their first road win since the 2022 season. All right, we are keeping an eye on scores all across the area tonight. We're keeping an eye on games all across. Games are kind of rolling in, and the finals are rolling in fast. Southside, we mentioned we were keeping an eye on Class 6A Region 8. Southside on the road tonight, taking on May Jemison, and it is Southside getting a win 27-6 over the May Jemison Jaguars. So the Class 6A Region 8 standings are fully up to date. And here we go. Gadsden City and Fort Payne will end the night perfect, 3-0 in region play. Buckhorn falls to 2-2. May Jemison falls to 2-2. Southside falls to 2-1. Both Hazel Green and the Lee Generals still trying to find the answers to grab their first region wins, but that is your up-to-minute Class 6A Region 8 standings after the completion of the night. Now, Bob Jones and Sparkman is still ongoing. 49-37, Bob Jones in a score fest out there in Harvest. 1:51 left to go in this game. We're going to keep on rolling on here. Maybe if we get a minute here, we're going to take a chance. We're going to drop in on that game. Our friends over at 97.7 ESPN The Zone, they have that game for us tonight. Let's see if we can drop in on that contest. At Southside, we mentioned we were keeping an eye. Over the winner of that one, there we go. The winner of that one, Bob Jones and Sparkman, will kind of keep those playoff hopes alive. It would be Scottsboro tonight. Let's dip in there. Scottsboro getting a win tonight, 40-7 over Brewer. And, of course, Scottsboro checking in at number 10 in the Class 5A rankings. So give Scottsboro a 40-7 road win tonight over the Brewer Patriots. Now, there's one game in Class 5A Region 8 that we are keeping an eye on. It's a non-region contest, and that is Grissom and Guntersville. Grissom traveling over to Guntersville. We do have a score update for you now over in Muscle Shoals. The Athens Golden Eagles have scored again. That cuts the lead to 56-42. With 3:36 left to play. Again, Athens coming in undefeated on the season, coming in ranked 12th in Class 6A. Muscle Shoals coming in. Their only setback of the year right now comes from Class 6A Region 8 leader Gadsden City. That was on the road. That was a nip and tuck ball game there to open the season. That was Muscle Shoals' only loss. Muscle Shoals checking in tonight at number 6 in the Class 6A rankings. So we are keeping an eye on that one. We've got numbers for you. You want to talk about an offensive game? How about this? The total yards at offense between Muscle Shoals and Athens in the first half. Athens put up 247 yards of offense in the first half. Muscle Shoals put up 349 yards of offense in the first half. Muscle Shoals wide receiver Jaquez Green had a monster first half. 3 catches, 150 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Athens quarterback Brogan Gross, he had 2 touchdown passes in the first half, and they have not stopped scoring over in Muscle Shoals. We are keeping on with the game again. 49-37. Bob Jones leading with 1:51 left. That was the last score we had out in Harvest. So that's our Class 7A Region 4. I tell you what, let's dip into the Class 6A scores.
Class 6A scores.
Here we go. Class 6A Region 8. Southside over May Jemison, 27-6. It was Fort Payne over Buckhorn, 42-7. Gadsden City blanking Lee, 55-0. Again, that's Class 6A Region 8. Class 6A Region 7. We mentioned Hartselle getting the 3-point win over Coleman thanks to a Michael Summers game-winning field goal. Decatur over Columbia, 42-16. Class 6A Region 6. We've got Shades Valley over Huffman, 34-18. Now, the scoreboard crew keeping an eye on Pell City, Oxford. Also keeping an eye on Clay Chalkville and Mountain Brook. Of course, Clay Chalkville checking in at number 2 in the Class 6A rankings. Let's go into 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, Class 5A Region 8, we start. Boaz, a 35-14 winner over Sardis. It's Arab at home tonight. Boy, oh boy, do the Arabian Nights look good again. 42-7, Arab with a Class 5A Region 8 win. That is a huge win. Remember last year, Guntersville, Scottsboro, and Arab all tied for the region title, all of them with just one loss. Now, Guntersville got the best of Arab. So Arab's sitting now at the end of the night, 3-1 in region play. Scottsboro, they post a 40-7 win over Brewer. So you put Scottsboro now at 4-0 in region play. Brewer again still trying to figure things out in the region. Douglas still trying to figure things out in the region. Boaz tonight, I believe Boaz got the win over Sardis. So right now, your 4 teams in Class 5A Region 8 that have kind of separated themselves as far as playoff berths go, Guntersville, Scottsboro, Arab, and Boaz. Guntersville 3-0. They are playing Grissom, non-region contest tonight. They were off last week, were the Wildcats. So Scottsboro 4-0, Arab 3-1, Boaz 2-1. Douglas, Brewer, and Sardis there still trying to figure things out. Now, they could make a mess of the region standings if they were able to go on and get some wins. But we'll talk more about that as the show kind of progresses. All right, so Class 5A Region 7. The one score we've got right now, Lawrence County over East Limestone, 42-0. That's Class 5A Region 7. That moves Lawrence County to a 500 record in region play at 2-2. Now, Ardmore, they are off tonight. Fairview and Russellville, they're meeting each other. We'll get you that final. That's a big, big monster game. All right, we've only just begun. We're going to put 4 quarters on the clock, like we say each and every Friday night. And put 4 quarters on the clock. Going to kick off the first quarter of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show. That is coming up after this break. We're going to work on those scores. We're going to keep it going. It's the 97.7 ESPN The Zone Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware, coming your way next.
This is SportsCenter.
Week 6 of college football continues. I'm Chris Smith. Over in Eugene, Dylan Gabriel has tossed a TD through the air and one on the ground as a 6th-ranked Oregon blanking Michigan State 21-0 at the half. Meanwhile, in Sin City, 25th-ranked UNLV was down 14-0 after one quarter, but the Rebels have rallied and now lead Syracuse 21-17 early in the third. On the baseball, where Joe Musgrove needs Tommy John surgery and won't pitch for the Padres in the NL Division Series against the Dodgers. On the flip side, Freddie Freeman is still hobbled by a sprained ankle, and he says it's the toughest injury of his career.
They told me this is a 4 to 6 week IL stint, and I'm going to try and do this in a week and play. So, but I feel I'm not going to be hindering, I don't think. There's just going to be certain plays where, like the slowing down stuff. So I would say this is, I mean, I did play with a broken finger, but I would say this is I've never sprained an ankle before, so that was the hardest thing I didn't know. And they say your first sprained ankle is the worst. They said this is 4 to 6 weeks, but I'm going to do it in a week.
Catch every game of the Division Series on Saturday, right here on ESPN Radio, beginning at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. On to the NFL, where Packers receivers Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs were listed as doubtful for Sunday's game at the Rams. Meanwhile, the Colts will be without running back Jonathan Taylor for Sunday's AFC South matchup with the Jaguars, while quarterback Anthony Richardson's status remains up in the air after he was listed as questionable with a deep bruise to his hip and oblique area. If Richardson does not play, they will turn to a veteran backup, Joe Flacco, for the start.
Well, we will be busy on Monday looking back on the Cowboys and the Steelers among the really good Sunday games, the Jets and the Vikings.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. Welcome to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Now, here's Scott Tyson.
Welcome back in to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. The only score that we are missing in Class 7A Region 4 is out in Harvest. Sparkman and Bob Jones. That's the only one that we are missing. Bob Jones was leading 49-37. That one should be final by now. We are getting an update on that one. We'll get you an update on that one. We are keeping an eye on the scoreboard out in Muscle Shoals, because that is where they are working overtime. And speaking of overtime, we've got our first overtime final here in week 6. And it belongs to the Priceville Bulldogs and the West Point Warriors. West Point, that's Class 5A Region 7. West Point at home tonight in overtime. Knocks off Priceville 28-21. We have got more scores that came into us during the break there. We try to fill them in as fast as we can. And one of those just so happens to belong to the number 1 team in Class 2A, the Pisgah Eagles. They were looking to soar tonight on the road at Sandrock, and they do indeed get it done. Last week, Pisgah coming over here, taking on Randolph in a non-region contest. Pisgah, of course, getting the win there. Pisgah gets the win tonight on the road, 40-20. This week, Pisgah picks up 16 first-place votes in the Class 2A poll as they move to 6-0 now on the season. Pisgah, Highland Home, and Coosa Christian, your top 3 in Class 2A, all of them getting at least 1 vote in the 2A rankings. Other scores that we are keeping, let's see if we can get you an update on what's going on over in Muscle Shoals. It is now a final. It has gone final in Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals wins it 56-42. Your final there. Muscle Shoals improves to 5-1, 4-0 in Class 6A Region 7. They will travel to Jasper next week. Athens, with their first loss of the season, they fall to 5-1, 2-1 in region play. They will travel to Hartselle next week, so the road does not get any easier for the Athens Golden Eagles. But we look at the Class 6A Region 7 standings. Hartselle moves to 3-0. So at the end of the night, Muscle Shoals and Hartselle now your lone remaining unbeatens in Class 6A Region 7. Decatur did get the win. They are now 2-3. Coleman falls to 1-3 in region play. Jasper, they were off this week. They are 1-2. So there you go. Those are your up-to-the-minute Class 6A Region 7 standings. Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, Athens, and then you got Jasper, Coleman there. Those are the teams that are still battling for those Class 6A Region 7, one of those 4 spots. All right, let's go. We have got the final now from Harvest. It is Bob Jones. Wow. This one was a 23-21 Sparkman lead at the half. The final, Bob Jones 56, Sparkman 37. That is your final from Harvest. So now we've got all of our Class 7A Region 4 scores. We can now fill it all in as James Clemens and Austin will end the night at identical 4-0 region records. James Clemens, of course, knocking off Florence 28-17. It was Austin over Huntsville 38-13. So with the loss, Sparkman falls to 2-2 now in region play. Florence falls to 2-2 in region play. Huntsville drops to 1-3. Bob Jones moves up to 2-2. And then Albertville and Grissom both. Albertville, they were off this week. Grissom 1-3 in region play. So your leaders right now in Class 7A Region 4 belong to Austin and James Clemens. They are both 4-0. Sparkman, Florence, and Bob Jones all sit at both 2-2 in region play. Huntsville and Grissom right now 1-3. So if we'll look at the schedules, we'll look at what lies ahead for all of those teams coming up here in just a little bit, because that Bob Jones, the James Clemens, the Sparkman series there, those 3 are going to be battling really for 2 of the playoff spots in there. And I believe Sparkman next week will have James Clemens next week on the schedule. Yes, indeed. They will welcome James Clemens to Harvest. Bob Jones next week. They will get Austin next week. So we're going to find out a little bit more of a separation there as far as the Florence Falcons. They will be at Grissom next week. So that is what we have coming up in Class 7A Region 4. We will keep you updated on that. All right, let's get back into our 6A scores.
Class 6A scores.
All right, at Southside, Class 6A Region 8, Southside over May Jemison 27-6. It was Fort Payne over Buckhorn 42-7, and Gadsden City blanks Lee 55-0. Class 6A Region 7, we just updated you on the Athens Muscle Shoals score. It's Muscle Shoals 56, Athens 42. Hartselle, they get a Michael Summers game-winning field goal. They win 10-7. And Decatur over Columbia 42-16. In Class 6A Region 8, trying to see here if we have the Pell City Oxford final yet. Trying to see if that one has come in. Haven't seen that one come through the desk yet, but we will put the interns on it and see if we can get that one. We've got Shades Valley over Huffman 34-18. Let's go to Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
Class 5A Region 8, Boaz over Sardis, 35-14. Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. Of course, Grissom checking in this week, the number 2 ranked team in Class 5A. Remember last week, Catholic Montgomery jumped Guntersville for the number 1 spot. Well, right now, Guntersville sit there at number 2. They picked up 3 first-place votes. Catholic Montgomery picked up 13 first-place votes this week. So a little bit of separation there in the Class 5A polls, but Guntersville still undefeated on the year. They moved to 6-0, still remain number 2 in Class 5A. Arab, 42-7 winners over Douglas. It would be Scottsboro, 47 winners over Brewer. Now, Class 5A Region 7, it's West Point in overtime over Priceville, 28-21. And score that we are just trying to wait to find out, and that is Russellville and Fairview. The reason why is because the last 2 years, these two teams have met with the region title pretty much on the line, and that is pretty much the case going into tonight as well. Both teams entering the night 3-0 in region play, sitting atop the Class 5A Region 7 standings. And last check, Fairview was leading this ball game late, and I mean late. Have not seen the final come across the desk yet, but we will keep checking. I'm checking the scores to see if it has come across. I had a feeling, and yes, it did. And my, oh my, did this one live up to the billing. Fairview able to hold on and grab a 50-49 win tonight over Russellville. That is your final. So Fairview moves to 4-0 in region play. Russellville had gotten the best of Fairview the last 2 seasons and was able to go on to win a region title. Tonight, Fairview eclipsed Russellville 40-31. That one was a battle of a ranked team. Fairview checking in at number 5 in the Class 5A rankings. North Alabama well represented in those Class 5A polls. Guntersville number 2, Fairview number 5, and Scottsboro checking in at number 10. All of those ranked teams posting wins tonight. Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. Scottsboro over Brewer, 40-7. And Fairview over Russellville, 50-49. Other scores from Class 5A Region 7. It was Lawrence County getting a 42-0 win over East Limestone. So Lawrence County moves to 2-2 in region play. And we mentioned West Point over Priceville, 28-21. That win for West Point, their first region win of the season. So we mentioned log jams. Well, we've got a log jam right now in Class 5A Region 7. Fairview 4-0. You got Russellville at 3-1. Lawrence County at 2-2. You got Priceville at 1-2. West Point at 1-2. Ardmore at 1-2. So we have a log jam for that 3 spot, for that 4th spot there in Class 5A Region 7. A lot of football left to be played, but boy, is it going to be exciting down the stretch. Class 5A Region 6, Jacksonville notches a 44-14 win over Springville. We keep on going. Let's go into Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
All right, Class 4A Region 8, we visit. It's Plainview over Madison County, 46-6. North Jackson, 6 better than Madison Academy on the road tonight, 18-12. Your final there. Of course, that's Class 4A Region 8 with that win. North Jackson stays unbeaten in region play. Madison Academy falls to 500 in region play at 2-2. Randolph DAR. Randolph last check was in control of that game. We will get you. It was a 56-28 win for Randolph on the road tonight at DAR. So Randolph stays unbeaten in region play as well. DAR, again, still trying to figure things out there in the region. It was St. John Paul II Catholic and New Hope playing last night. New Hope does get the win, so they moved to 4-1 in region play. Westminster Christian Academy, they had their feet up tonight. They were on an off week, And Plainview, they were able to get that win again against Madison County, so they moved to 2-2 in region play. Madison County falls to 1-4. So you're up to date. Class 4A Region 8 standings. Randolph 5-0, North Jackson 4-0, New Hope 4-1, Westminster 3-1, and then you got a logjam. You got Madison Academy and Plainview both sitting at 2-2. Madison County and DAR hanging in there as well. So that is a 9-team region. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 teams still battling for 4 playoff spots. You want to talk about some exciting football in the month of October? We told you once that calendar turns to October, those games mean just a little bit more. And boy, oh boy, do they ever. Let's go to Class 4A Region 7. It was West Morgan on the road tonight over East Lawrence, 69-6. Your final. West Morgan, again, checking in at number 5 in the Class 4A rankings. It was Hatton at home tonight, 7 better than West Limestone, 28-21. It was Deschler, 7 better at home than Central Florence, 21-14. And Brooks blanks Danville, 45-0. We will update those standings here in just a minute. Class 4A Region 6, it was Etowah over Aniana, 42-6. Cherokee County over Anniston, 14-0. And it was Alexandria over Hoax Bluff, 28-27. All right, let's get a break in here. It's 10:17. We've got scores. We've got more. We haven't even gotten to 3A, 2A, and 1A yet. We've got all kinds of scores here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Those scores and more coming your way next.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
It's official. 47 years in a row, Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Come drive one, and you'll see why. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to kickstart the new year in a brand new F-150. Choose from nearly 200 F-150s, and we think you'll find just the right one. Right now, we have financing as low as 2.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150s, and lease payments as low as $389 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $62.82 due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have nearly 50 2023 Explorers for you to choose from, too, with financing as low as 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus, check out our over 40 24 Bronco Sports and a fresh truckload of the full-size Broncos that have just hit the ground. Come on over and let's get the new year rolling. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
This is David Lloyd, head coach of the Randolph Raiders, and you're listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Indeed. Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We mentioned we have got scores abundant still coming in tonight because we have still got finals going on all over the place. Class 3A Region 5 midfield over Phil Campbell tonight, 44-6. That one just coming in to the desk. Class 1A Region 5, Lynn, two better than Barry tonight on the road, 28-26. That one just coming in. More scores keep coming in. How about Piedmont all over Locust Fork tonight, 61-14. That is 3A Region 6. And, of course, Piedmont checking in at number 3 in the Class 3A rankings. We keep on with scores. I mean, we have got scores coming in. That is what we do. 256-576-4977. You want to get in with your scores, with your highlights, anything that you got on this Friday night, feel free to do so. JB Pennington at home tonight, 42-14 winners over Sachs. That is, again, Class 3A Region 6. As we just keep on with the scores. Those scores just keep coming in. That's why we are reading them just kind of all over the place. It was Weaver, 42-20 winners tonight over Glencoe at home. We mentioned the scores. All right, we have gotten through. I know we were still doing Class 4A scores before we went to break, so let's finish our Class 4A scores. We're going to go Class 4A Region 6. It was Etowah over Aniana, 42-6. Cherokee County over Anniston, 14-0. Of course, Cherokee County, they're coming in at number 3 in the Class 4A rankings this week. It was Alexandria, one better than Hoax Bluff at home tonight, 28-27. Class 4A Region 5, Dora over Haleyville, 42-28. Good Hope over Curry, 39-3. Let's get to Class 3A.
Class 3A scores.
All right, Class 3A Region 8, Whitesburg Christian Academy. We mentioned the Warriors go on the road, get their first road win since 2022. That was a 25-24 win over Holly Pond. It was Sylvania and Fife getting the win, 49-17. Class 3A Region 7, Sheffield one better than Elkmont, 39-38. Mars Hill Bible shuts out Rogers tonight, 42-0. Lauderdale County over Clements, 51-6. Culver County over Culver Heights, 49-14. We keep going on. Class 3A Region 6, we just mentioned several of these. Weaver over Glencoe, 42-20. Piedmont over Locust Fork, 61-14. JB Pennington over Sachs, 42-14. Class 3A Region 5, Vinemont at home tonight. Looks impressive. They get a win over Hansville, 56-30. Midfield over Phil Campbell, 44-6. And Winfield over Carbon Hill. Winfield on the road tonight over Carbon Hill in Class 3A Region 5, 41-6. Winfield checking in at number 10 in the Class 3A rankings. Class 2A Region A. Let's go to Class 2A.
Class 2A scores.
All right, Class 2A Region 8, Winston County over Lexington, 32-6. That was a big game because Winston County came in Class 2A. They were coming in ranked number 8. Lexington had gotten a big win. That was for that top spot in the Class 2A Region 8, the early top spot in Winston County. They get it done at home. Tanner over Tharptown, 39-6. Non-region battle, Decatur Heritage over Falkville, 16-13. Class 2A Region 7, Gaston, 42-28 winners tonight over Section. And Pisgah Eagles, the top-ranked team in Class 2A, 20 better than Sandrock on the road, 40-20. By the way, Decatur Heritage, they did check in at number 9 in the Class 2A polls this week. Class 2A Region 6, Southeastern over Susan Moore, 28-6, and Coosa Christian over Cleveland, 43-0. Let's go to Class 1A.
Class 1A scores.
All right. Class 1A Region 8, Appalachian over Spring Garden over Appalachian, 46-21, and Galesville over Eider, 56-0. Class 1A Region 7, Addison over Waterloo, 51-6. Hackleburg over Vina, 46-0. And Meek over Shoals Christian, 50-0. Class 1A Region 5, it was Lynn over Barry, 28-26. And then some Tennessee scores for you. It was Fayetteville. They fall to Sequatchie County, 57-20. Lincoln County over Franklin, 49-6. And Grundy County over Community, 58-8. All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, we're going to get out to some coaches. We got other stuff. We got all kinds of stuff we got to get to. So Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
It's official. 47 years in a row, Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Come drive one and you'll see why. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to kickstart the new year in a brand new F-150. Choose from nearly 200 F-150s, and we think you'll find just the right one. Right now, we have financing as low as 2.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150s, and lease payments as low as $389 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $62.82 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have nearly 50 2023 Explorers for you to choose from, too, with financing as low as 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus, check out our over 40 24 Bronco Sports and a fresh truckload of the full-size Broncos that have just hit the ground. Come on over and let's get the new year rolling. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve. And we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
It all comes back to money.
Visit our store right now at zonedeals.bigdealsmedia.net to take advantage of all the best deals in the Tennessee Valley. Or just go to our website, 977ESPN.com, and click on the Zone Deals logo to start saving right now.
Now, as to the price.
These deals won't last long, so get yours now. Zone Deals. You'll thank us later.
A man who could easily afford to buy a vowel.
This is Rich Dutton, head coach of the Grissom Tigers, and you're listening to North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Scott Tyson with you on a Friday night. What a Friday night it has been for high school football all across North Alabama. Offensive firepower going on all over the place as well. Muscle Shoals, again, 56-42 winners tonight over Athens. We will see if we can get Thomas Ashworth on the phone as well from AL.com. James Clemens goes on the road tonight. They get a win over Florence, 28-17 over Florence in Class 7A Region 4. Let's go to some 7A scores.
Class 7A scores.
Not only will we give you 7A scores from our area, we will give you 7A scores from the state as well. Class 7A Region 4, Bob Jones over Sparkman, 56-37. James Clemens over Florence, 28-17. Austin over Huntsville, 38-13. And Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. Other 7A scores from the state: Enterprise over Carver Montgomery, 17-14. And Mary Montgomery over Alma Bryant, 31-6. We continue. Let's go Class 6A.
Class 6A scores.
Class 6A Region 8, Southside over May Jemison, 27-6. It was Fort Payne over Buckhorn, 42-7. Gadsden City over Lee, 55-0. Class 6A Region 7, Athens falls to Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals gets that win, 56-42. Hartzell, a winner tonight, 10-7 over Coleman. Michael Summers, a field goal for Hartzell to win it there. It was Decatur over Columbia, 42-16. Class 6A Region 6, Oxford gets the win over Pell City, 27-0. It was Shades Valley over Huffman, 34-18. Let's get some 5A scores.
Class 5A scores.
Class 5A Region 8, Boaz over Sardis, 35-14. Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. It was Arab over Douglas, 42-7. It was Scottsboro over Brewer, 40-7. And in Class 5A Region 7, West Point over Priceville, 28-21 in overtime. It's East Limestone falling to Lawrence County, 42-0. And that's Class 5A Region 7. Class 5A Region 6, Jacksonville over Springville, 44-14. And Class 4A Region 8, we go Plainview over Madison County, 46-6. North Jackson over Madison Academy, 18-12. Randolph over DAR, 56-28. It would be New Hope over St. John Paul, 62-10. 38. Class 4A Region 7, West Morgan over East Lawrence, 69-6. Hatton over West Limestone, 28-21. Deschler over Central Florence, 21-14. And Brooks over Danville, 45-0. Class 4A Region 6, Etowah over Aniana, 42-6. Cherokee County over Anniston, 14-0. Alexandria over Hoax Bluff, 28-27. Your final there. But we've mentioned the big score tonight came over in Muscle Shoals as the Muscle Shoals Trojans get the best of Athens, 56-42. AL.com's Thomas Ashworth. He was out there tonight. He joins us like he does each and every Friday night here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. And Thomas, if you liked offense, this was your ball game. If you liked offense, Thomas, this was your ball game, right? No? Okay, we don't got Thomas. All right. Maybe we'll get Thomas here in a minute. Anyway, there was plenty of offense. As we mentioned, just in the first half alone, Muscle Shoals had 349 yards of offense. Athens had 247 yards of offense. That was your first half stats. Jaquez Green from Muscle Shoals, just in the first half alone, had 3 catches, 150 yards for 3 touchdowns. The first quarter saw 35 combined points. Muscle Shoals would lead. It was just an impressive 32 points. Impressive ball game there in Muscle Shoals. Hopefully we'll get Thomas Ashworth joining us here in just a minute. Bob Jones, a winner tonight, 56-37 in Class 7A Region 4. Let's go into those Class 7A Region 4 standings. Austin, James Clemens again, 4-0. Sparkman, Florence, Bob Jones at 2-2. Huntsville at 1-3. Grissom 1-3. Albertville 0-4. Those are your region standings. All right. Do we got Thomas? Okay. I don't think we've got Thomas tonight. All right. Let's go into Class 6A Region 7. Let's do those updated standings in Class 6A Region 7. Muscle Shoals 4-0. Hartselle 3-0. Athens 2-1. Jasper 1-2. Coleman 1-3. Those are your updated Class 6A Region 7 standings. Now, we mentioned Class 4A Region 7, and we mentioned those standings. And the reason why we mentioned those was because West Morgan did get a win tonight over East Lawrence, 69-6. Did West Morgan. That's Class 4A Region 7. That one was big because West Morgan, with that win, they moved to 4-0 in region play. Central Florence, they fall to Deschler tonight, 21-14. That is big because with the win there, Deschler moves to 3-1. Central Florence started the night in the unbeaten category with West Morgan. They now fall to 3-1. Brooks moves to 3-2. This is a 9-team region. Hatton, they move to 3-2. With their 28-21 win over West Limestone. West Limestone falls to 2-3. East Lawrence, they will fall to 1-3. Danville and Wilson. Danville falls to 1-4. And Wilson, of course, had the night off. So your updated Class 4A Region 7 standings. West Morgan now leading the region at 4-0. Then you've got Central Florence at 3-1. Deschler at 3-1. Then you have Brooks at 3-2, Hatton at 3-2, West Limestone 2-3, East Lawrence 1-3, Danville 1-4. So those are your up to the minute Class 4A Region 7 standings there. All right, let's keep on going on. Let's keep moving into Class 4A Region 5. Haleyville, 42, Doro, 4 over Haleyville, 42-28. Good Hope over Curry 39-3. Class 3A Region 8. Remember, Whitesburg Christian Academy, they get that win tonight over Holly Pond 25-24. That was a huge win. Why? Because Holly Pond now falls to 1-3 in the region. Whitesburg Christian Academy, they moved to 2-0 in region play. Fife, they look ever so impressive again in Class 3A Region 8. They moved to 4-0. Sylvania falls to 3-1 with that setback. We're keeping on. We'll get you some more scores there here in just a minute. I tell you what, let's get a break in. When we come back, we'll get you more scores. We'll keep on going on here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
It's official. 47 years in a row, Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America. Come drive one, and you'll see why. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to kickstart the new year in a brand new F-150. Choose from nearly 200 F-150s, and we think you'll find just the right one. Right now, we have financing as low as 2.9% for up to 72 months on 2023 F-150s, and lease payments as low as $389 a month. That's a 36-month lease with $6,282 due at signing, zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. Call 539-9441 for complete details. At Woody Anderson Ford, we have nearly 50 2023 Explorers for you to choose from, too, with financing as low as 0.9% for up to 60 months. Plus, check out our over 40 24 Bronco Sports and a fresh truckload of the full-size Broncos that have just hit the ground. Come on over and let's get the new year rolling. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Guntersville.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Hey, Huntsville. Looking for action-packed events? The Huntsville Sports Commission is your hub for all things sports. From youth events to national tournaments, we've got events that thrill and inspire. Whether you're an athlete, a fan, or a volunteer, there's something for everyone. Cheer on your favorite teams, witness amazing talent, and be a part of the excitement. Check out our event calendar and get involved at huntsvillesports.com. That's huntsvillesports.com. Be there, Huntsville.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, inviting you to come test drive any one of our over 100 F-150s. From rock-solid, dependable work trucks to our state-of-the-art Platinum Series, we've got an F-150 for you. Test drive one today, and you'll understand why the F-150 is the best-selling truck in America, going on 48 years in a row. Just as successful offenses and defenses are built on teamwork, Woody Anderson Ford is powered by our people. Our sales and service teams are well-trained to save you time and money. And because we want your business again and again, no one will work harder to earn it. Our mobile service teams come to your home or business for oil changes, brake work, tire rotations, and more. And the great thing is you don't pay extra for it. We come to you with mobile service at no extra charge. Proud to be local, family-owned, and at your service for over 62 years. Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore.
This is Coach Irvin McGuire, head football coach of the Lehigh Generals, and you are listening to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Now back to the scores.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. Scott Tyson with you on a Friday night. The calendar reads October 4th. And we said off the top of the show, games just tend to mean a little bit more when you get this late in the season. Region standings, region playoff pictures start to come into focus. And that's what we had tonight over in Muscle Shoals, an offensive explosion. And I mean an explosion. Over 600 yards of total offense in the first half alone combined between Muscle Shoals and Athens. Let's get you and let's talk that one from AL.com's Thomas Ashworth tonight. Man, oh man, you've got plenty to write about in AL.com for this one.
Yeah, no, you said it best. I mean, it was like 14 or 15 to 8 right off the bat. It was just a crazy start. I mean, from the first 6 plays of the game, there were 21 points. It was just a crazy game all around and just an awesome one to be at.
Was it one of those just two really good offenses and the defenses just had a hard time stopping each other?
Yeah, I got a text from somebody right in the middle of the game. I think they were seeing my Twitter post, and I won't say who it was, but they said, hey, by the way, I forgot to tell you, it's going to be a lot of points and no defense tonight. And it was just that kind of night. I mean, just two really good quarterbacks. I mean, it was just both teams really had a tough time defending really long plays. I mean, it was like, I think by the end of the game, there were like 6 touchdowns from over 40 yards out. Just a really explosive group of offensive weapons on both sides. Great group of quarterbacks, and obviously 2 coaches who are all too familiar with each other being on that North Alabama National Championship team. So just 2 great wins, just 2 great, 2 great teams, and just a really signature win for a Muscle Shoals team who had a really, tough start with Gadsden City, but, has been rolling ever since.
Yeah, of course, you bring up Scott Baisden from Muscle Shoals and Cody Gross from Athens, the 2 part of their national championship teams. With the win, though, Muscle Shoals does take control of that region, and that's 10 wins now, I believe, in a row for Muscle Shoals over Athens, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, no, I mean, just absolute. I mean, Cody said it best ever since, whatever stop Cody was at. I mean, Cody said, and I quote, I don't think I'm quoting this, Scott, just owns me wherever I go. But obviously, it's a little, I'm sure it's a little different on both sides for coaching against a guy who fought and sweated and bled with, just a crazy, really good game. And Muscle Shoals is officially in the playoffs now with that win. It's going to really come down to that Athens-Hartselle game, which is next week, I think.
It is.
And then Jasper and Muscle Shoals still have to play. So there's a lot left to play, but as for right now, Muscle Shoals is in the playoffs. They're rolling, and they could certainly take that region. But just a crazy, thing over in Hartselle as well. They escaped it with Coleman 10-7 on a last-minute field goal. I know their quarterback was injured and came back in to lead them to that win. And they've had a couple of injuries. It just got hit with injuries at the wrong time. So Hartselle escaped with a win. So that region is still looking, I have no clue what's going to happen in that region for sure.
It's a slugfest. Muscle Shoals, Athens, Hartselle, 4-0, 3-0, and 2-1 right now. As we mentioned, that calendar turns to October. Things start to get a little bit more real. Thomas Ashworth from AL.com. Plenty to write about, plenty to read about tomorrow in AL.com. Lots of good high school coverage.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on.
All right, Thomas Ashworth, as he does each and every Friday night. We like to keep him short because he's got a lot of writing to do. He's going to need a lot of time tonight with that big Muscle Shoals Athens game, 56-42, 98 combined points in that one. That was in regulation. He mentioned Hartselle and Coleman. Hartselle is 3 better than Coleman tonight, 10-7, your final there. Of course, Hartselle getting that last-second field goal for the win there, thanks to Michael Summers from Hartselle with that win. All right. I tell you what, it is 10:50. Let's go ahead and run them all down for you. Let's start with Class 7A.
Class 7A scores.
Class 7A Region 4, Bob Jones over Sparkman, 56-7. James Clemens over Florence, 28-17. Austin over Huntsville, 38-13. And Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. Class 6A Region 8, Southside over May Jemison, 27-6. Fort Payne over Buckhorn, 42-7. And Gadsden City over Lee, 55-0. Class 6A Region 7, Muscle Shoals over Athens, 56-42. Hartselle over Coleman, 10-7. And Decatur over Columbia, 42-16. Class 6A Region 6, Oxford shuts out Pell City, 27-0. Shades Valley over Huffman, 34-18. Let's go Class 5A.
Class 5A scores.
All right, Class 5A Region 8, Boaz over Sardis, 35-14. Guntersville over Grissom, 51-14. Arab over Douglas, 42-7. Scottsboro over Brewer, 40-7. Class 5A Region 7 in overtime. West Point over Priceville, 28-21. Fairview over Russellville, 50-49. Lawrence County over East Limestone, 42-0. Class 5A Region 6, Jacksonville over Springville, 44-14. Let's go Class 4A.
Class 4A scores.
All right, Class 4A Region 8, Plainview over Madison County, 46-6. North Jackson over Madison Academy, 18-12. Randolph over DAR, 56-28. New Hope over St. John Paul, Second Catholic, 62-38. Class 4A Region 7, West Morgan over East Lawrence, 69-6. Hatton over West Limestone, 28-21. That's a big one. And Deschler over Central Florence, 21-14. And Brooks over Danville, 45-0. We were in Class 7A. We heard from Thomas Ashworth about the big 6A showdown with Muscle Shoals and Athens. Class 7A, two teams still remain unbeaten. Austin and James Clemens at the end of the night, both of them sit 4-0. Austin, thanks to a 38-13 win over Huntsville. And from Huntsville, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, Judy Arman was on that call tonight. And Huntsville just kind of, Austin really kind of flexed their muscle a little bit there towards the end of that first half.
No question about that, Scott. The Crimson Panthers got off to a promising start. They got a fourth down stop early defensively, and and then they were able to, move the football a little bit. But they suffered a block punt for a touchdown by Kenneth Joshua that got them into a hole, 7-0. But then they responded with their first really explosive play offensively, really of the season. Marlon Jones went 70-plus yards to the house. Extra point was no good, but it was 7-6. And then Huntsville was able to – they gave up another explosive play to Joshua on the run, explosive run, but they stood on their head inside the 5, forced a short field goal. It was 10-6. And then they took their only lead that lasted until early second quarter. They scored to go up 13-10 on another Marlon Jones short touchdown run, which was set up by some nifty scrambling and a nice throw and catch to Jonah Batson, the wide receiver that moved the ball inside the 10-yard line. And Marlon Jones kind of topped that off. He had his first 100-yard game of his senior season for the Crimson Panthers tonight. Did Marlon, and he was a bright spot. And I thought that the young receiver Braden Davis made some plays, but overall after that 13-10 lead, it's just what you just said kind of describes it. It was a flex from Austin, and they just went on a huge 28-0 run. 21 of those right before the half, and it was just like a 7-minute period. Boom, 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 3 lightning strikes. And you got to give a lot of credit to J.L. Davis, the senior quarterback, but really the two guys that hurt Huntsville is Jackson Potter. He's also a basketball player for Coach Desmond Phillips, outstanding wide receiver that gave Huntsville a lot of problems. And then also Channing Patton. Both those guys are juniors, but Patton, number 4, they both made explosive plays. And then when you have a 1-2 punch at running back like they had, with Kenneth Joshua and the senior number 20, Gavin Fuqua. There was just too many weapons. I've watched every Huntsville game, and got to give Coach Jeremy Perkins a lot of credit. They were our first, team that we honored as here at the 97.7 The Zone this year, and they are the real deal. They're 6-0 right now. They're in first place, tied with James Clemens in 7A Region 4, and they're ranked 8th in the state. And their offense is the real deal. They did an outstanding job of making explosive plays, and Huntsville just couldn't quite keep up. I actually thought Huntsville made some progress on offense tonight, especially with their passing game, but they suffered a few key drops, and you can't make those kind of mistakes with what Austin can do offensively. And so you got to give the Black Bears a lot of credit, and boy, that James Clemens Austin game is going to be something.
All right. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, everybody. We are, let's see if we can get through the rest of the scores here real fast. Class 4A Region 6, it was Etowah over Aniana, 42-6. Cherokee County over Anniston, 14-0. We go class. Let's dip into class. Let's see here. Let's go class 3A, Region 8. It was Whitesburg Christian Academy again, notching their first road win since 2022. Back-to-back wins for Whitesburg Christian Academy. 25-24. They get the win tonight on the road over at Holly Pond. And we mentioned those region standings. They are now fully complete in Class 3A, Region 8. Geraldine over Collinsville, 41-27. Fife over Sylvania, 49-17. So up to the minute, Class 3A, Region 8. Fife in control of the region. Sylvania right behind them with Geraldine at 3-1. Then you have Collinsville and Whitesburg Christian Academy both sitting now at 2-2 in region play. So it's Fife, Sylvania, Geraldine, Collinsville, and Whitesburg Christian Academy right there. We mentioned games mean just a little bit more. They mean a little bit more. Whitesburg Christian Academy getting it done on the road tonight. Class 3A Region 7, Sheffield won better than Elkmont, 39-38. Marcel Bible over Rogersville, 42-0. Lauderdale County over Clements, 51-6. Colbert County over Colbert Heights, 49-14. Just got about a minute left here. Class 3A Region 6, it was Weaver over Glencoe, 42-20. Piedmont over Locust Fork, 61-14. JB Pennington over Sachs, 42-14. Class 3A Region 5, Vinemont over Hansville, 56-30. Midfield over Phil Campbell, 44-6. Winfield over Carbon Hill, 41-6. In Class 2A Region 8, it was Winston County over Lexington, 32-6. Tanner over Tharptown, 39-6. Decatur Heritage, 3 better than Falkville in a non-region contest, 16-13. And in 2A Region 7, Gadsden over Section, 42-28. Pisgah, 20 better than Sandrock on the road, 40-20. Class 2A Region 6, Southeastern over Susan Moore, 28-6. Coosa Christian blanks Cleveland, 43-0. Class 1A Region 8, Spring Garden gets by Appalachian, 46-28. Galesville shuts out Eider, 56-0. In 1A Region 7, Addison over Waterloo, 51-6. Hackleburg shuts out Vina, 46-0. Meek shuts out Shoals Christian, 50-0. It was Lynn, 2 better than Barry on the road, 28-26. In Talladega, 14 better than Mumford at home last night, 28-14. It was Lincoln County over Franklin County, Tennessee, 49-6. Grundy County over Community, 58-6. Those are some of your Tennessee scores. That's going to do it. What a night it's been for the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. We'll be back at it next week. Boy, oh boy, we've got some region standing games next week that you are not going to want to miss from. It's the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Guntersville Ace Hardware. See you back here next week.